Hello, hello, hello. Please wait. I'll start the session in 5 minutes. Let's people join. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to the certification course of Java programming, and I am your instructor, Dr. Vivek Uprit, and I hope you all are doing well. So let's start today's session. Okay, last session we discussed about how to install Java, not practically, theoretically. I'm going to show you how to install Java practically in today's session. Don't worry. Okay, but it will take a time to shift from theoretical lecture to practical lecture, right? So at the end of last half an hour, I'll show all and each and every concept practically, like how to install Java, how to download JDK, okay, and how to write your first Java program, right? But in last video we discussed about what is exactly class path, okay, how to set class path, what is the need of class path, and then we discussed what is public static void main. That is the most important thing what we discussed in last video, like what is public, what is static, what is void, what is main, okay. Although we have not yet discussed about this string argc, which is command line argument, right? So I hope you have watched the previous one and you have a clear clarity about why there is a need of public, okay, what is static, what is void, and what is main. Okay, let me ask you, why we make this main method as a static method? My first question to you, why main is an static method? I explained you in the last video. If someone of you have attended the last one, then easily you can answer. Okay, type fast, okay, because every first 10 minutes is a question answer round, okay. So why we make main as a static method in Java? This is a very frequently asked question of interview. In a very small line you have to answer it, right? In 2 or 3 words, okay, not more than that, right? Why main is static in Java? Okay, I'm just waiting for your answer, right? Why main is static in Java? Okay, answer fast. Why you declare main as a static method in Java? No answer? I explained you the last time even. Okay, why main is a static in Java? No answer from your side? Last time I explained all this concept like what is public, what is static, what is void. Okay, so last time I told you that main is an static in Java because main called by JVM. Okay, and JVM call this main method by class name, not by the object of a class, right? You know, in last time I told you that when we run this program, okay, so simply we can write Java test. Okay, so once you write Java test, so internal meaning of this Java test is what? Java test dot main, what we discussed in last video, right? And you know, if you are following the sequence, then it is possible that you are able to understand this technology. If you have not attended the previous session, so it won't be possible for you to understand this one, right? So following the sequence throughout this series, okay, so Java test is what we actually command used to run the Java program. And you know, in last time I told you that main called by JVM in Java, not by the compiler. That is what we discussed in last video. Okay, suppose if your class doesn't have a main method, your program compiled successfully. There is no problem with compilation because main called by JVM, not by the compiler, right? So once we write Java test, the meaning of this Java test is Java test.main. Okay, so main called by JVM by its class name, not by the object, while this main is a member method of a class, right? So this is what the rule we have to follow. Like, okay, like if any method belongs to class, then it is compulsory to call this method by object. But JVM will not create object of this class. JVM calls this method by class name. Okay, and that's the reason we declare main as an static method. Why it is public? Because JVM belongs to another package. So your main will reach to that package. That's why it is a public. Otherwise, by default, main is a default public method that we discussed in last time. Okay. So all this concept already we discussed, like what is public, what is static. Okay. Void is a return type of this main. Okay. Now let me show you why we use this system.out.println. Because this is the most important step you should know. Okay, it is not like that we have a printf statement in C, so we have a system.out.println statement in Java. Here there is a meaning of every this statement, like what is system, what is out, what is print. Okay, so now let me explain you why we use this system.out.println to print anything on console screen. But before that, you know, once we write a Java program, okay, please follow this. Please watch it carefully. Once we write a Java program, then first we have to write a source code. Already we discussed. Okay, then first it is compulsory to compile this source code, right? So once we compile this source code, okay, this source code converted into bytecode. Okay, this source code converted into a bytecode, and then after, you know, once your bytecode conversion is done, okay, that dot class file has been created, right? Now from here exactly your program moves in two different format, right? If you want to show output of this program on browser, okay, there are two output screen. Okay, from here we need to decide, like, if I need to display my output on browser or I need to display my output on console screen, right? So from this step is common for every Java program, like you have to write the source code, you have to compile this source code, then bytecode is conversion is done, right? Then from here, if your programming code is based on browser, like suppose you created a program like applet or servlet, okay, then we have to forward this program on browser, right? But if this program consists of coding whose output is displayed on console screen, then we have to run this program for console screen, right? So right now in core Java, our programming step is this one, right? We have to write a source code, we need to compile this source code, then this source code converted into a bytecode, right? So to perform this step, okay, already we discussed we have a Java C command. So with the use of this Java C command, we convert a source code into a bytecode. And to convert this bytecode into machine code and display output on console screen, we have to use Java command. And once we use this Java command, actually your program calls JVM, and it's a responsibility of JVM to convert this bytecode into a machine code and display your output on console screen. Sir, what about this step? So that we'll be discussing when we are coming to the advanced concept, like when Java programs we create for a browser application, that time this step we need to follow, right? But right now we need to follow this step, right? So always remember, each and every program, whatever I'm going to explain you in this core Java, that will be display your output on console screen. Now sir, why you are explaining this concept right now? Because reason is that I need to explain you like what is the meaning of this system.out.println. So now let me show you. Okay, like suppose if someone of you having a background of C language, there is a function called printf. There is a function called printf in C, right? The similar type of function we have in Java called print function. There is a function called print. Please listen it very carefully. Okay, like in Java, if I need to print anything on my console screen, then we have a function called print function. There are two functions, print and println. Okay, but right now let me focus on this print function, right? So see, like a printf, okay, you know, I hope you understood like our program sequence is this one. Okay, I need to follow this sequence. I need to print my output on console screen. Because right now we are talking about core Java concept, and every core Java program display output on console screen, not on the browser directly, right? So to print output on console screen, we have a method called print method. Okay, in Java we have a method called print method, right? So with the use of this print method, we print anything on console screen. How we can print it, I'll explain you, right? But you know, as per the rule of Java, every method belongs to a class. That is for sure, right? So this print method is for sure member of any of the class, right? Okay, so this print method belongs to a class which is called a print stream class. This print method belongs to a class. Print is a method, right? But this method belongs to a class called print stream class. Please try to understand this concept very carefully, right? Print is a method. The responsibility of this print method to print data on console screen, that is one part. But since the rule of Java says that every method of Java belongs to any class. Okay, so this print method belongs to a class which is a print stream class. So now let me know. Okay, forget about everything, right? If suppose any method belongs to a class, then what is the first step I need to do to call this method? If it is not static, right? What is the first step I need to do? If any method belongs to a class, then what is the first step I need to do to call this method? If you have any knowledge of any previous background, C++ or any object-oriented programming language, okay, so tell me answer. If you don't know, then it's okay. No need to write anything, right? But if you have any knowledge like C++ or any programming, object-oriented programming language, so please give me an answer. If any method belongs to a class, then how we call this method? Okay, type it fast. If you have any answer, type it fast. No answer? No? Aditya Joshi, yes, by making object of this class. If you want to call this print method, you have to create object of this class, right? It is compulsory to call any method of a class by creating object of the class, right? So definitely to call this print method, we need to create object of this class print system. That is for sure, right? But here Java already created an implicit object of this class. Means there is no need to create object of this class by user. There is an implicit object created by Java. So I'm not going to create object of this class, right? There is an implicit object created by Java itself, and the name of this object is an out object. This out is an implicit object given by Java which belongs to print stream class. So what is the concept now? To call this print method, there is an implicit object, exactly this out, you know, it is an stream. I'll explain you like what exactly an stream is, right? So this print is a method. To call any method of a class, the rule says that you have to create object of the class. But here no need to create object of the class because there is an already object created by Java. It's an implicit object. Out is an implicit object already given by Java developer, right? But again, as per rule, this out object, see this one, the sequence is what? Print is a method. This method belongs to an object. This method belongs to a class whose implicit object is out. Okay, now again as per rule, this out object will not given directly by Java. Again, it is a member of a class. Because each and every concept from the day one I told you, like whatever Java given us, that is a member of a class. Every variable in Java is a member of a class. Every method in Java is a member of a class. Every object if Java given, that is again a member of a class. Okay, so this out object, okay, which is given by Java developer, I hope you understood, like there is no need to create object of this class print system. There is an implicit object given by Java, right? But again, this implicit object given by Java is a member of a class which is called system class. System class. This is again another important concept. Like, so print is what? It is a method. This method belongs to which class? Print system. Out is an object. Object of which class? Object of print system class, right? And this implicit object is a member of a system class. So system is again an important class in Java. System is again an important class in Java, right? So now to access this out object from this system class, now listen this last statement very carefully. To access this out object from system class, we need to create an object of a system class. Something like this. We need to first create object of this system class like system S1, and then we'll call S1 dot out, and then with this out we have to call print method. Actually, means the scenario is something like this, like first we have to create object of system class, and with this system class object we have to call this. Okay, this is the wrong syntax to create an object, I know that, but consider it. Okay, like as per rule of Java, first we need to create object of system class to access out object. Okay, so S1 is an object of system class. Out object belongs to this system class, and print method will be accessed by out object. So S1 dot out dot print. But again, Java says that no need to create object of this system class to call this out object. I say, boss, how it is possible? If anything belongs to a class, to access that we have to create object of the class. So since out object belongs to system class, so I need to create object of this system class to access this out object. This is a rule. I hope you understood. Okay, because I need to call this print method. Print method accessed by out object. But out object is a member of system class. But here Java says that this out is an static object of this system class. It is an static object. And you know, in last video I explained you, like if anything in a class is an static, then no need to create object to call that static data member. No need to create object to call that static data member. Like suppose if your object is an static object, then you can directly call this object with the class name. So that's the reason, see this one, that's the reason actually we use a statement. Okay, that's the reason we need to use a statement like, where is the program gone? Okay, this one. Okay, so if I need to call this print method, okay, to call this print method, see this one, exactly the scene is that why we write system.out.print. Let me show you. To call this print method, out object is compulsory required, and out is an static object of system class. So we directly access this out object with the class name. So that's for the reason system. Okay, system dot out, which is an object, dot print method. So that's the reason we write this statement like system dot out dot print. In this complete statement, system is a class, out is an object, and print is a method. See this one. In this complete statement, all these three are different things. System is a class. Out is an static object, which is actually an object of print system class. Which is an actual object of print system class, right? So this out object belongs to print system class, but it is a member of a system class. Lot of confusion are there, right? And then to access this out object, no need to create object of system class, because this out object is a static object of this system class. So that is the reason why we write this system.out.print method. I hope now you have a clear clarity like why we use system.out.print method to print anything on console screen. Okay, now let me show you. No doubt this topic I'll explain you in my upcoming session. Like exactly this out, this out is what? It is an object. No doubt it is an object, right? But actually this out is an stream. It is an stream in Java. The most important interview question. What do you mean by streams? What is streams in Java, right? So actually Java use 3 types of stream. I hope till now you have a clear clarity like why system, why dot out dot print method. Any doubt, please type it so that I'll check it and then I'll explain you. See, print is an output function in Python. Print is also belongs to Java, boss. Print method in Java also and print method in Python also. Don't get confused. Okay, in Java we have 2 methods like print and println. Okay, I'll explain you about the difference between this print and println. Don't worry about this. So I hope now you have a clear clarity about this system.out.print. Okay, so now let me show you. See this one. The most important concept. Actually, see. This is what a Java program. Okay, please try to understand what exactly the meaning of stream is, right? If someone of you is having any background like C++, any background of C++, anyone can explain. Like we write hash include. In C++ we use this statement hash. Okay, if you don't have any background then don't get any confusion in your mind, right? Hash include is iostream.h. Hash include iostream.h. Anyone tell me why? Does the meaning of this stream here? And how many types of stream are there in C++? How many types of streams are there in C++? If you have any knowledge of stream in C++, because in C++ again it is an important topic. So is anyone is having any knowledge like what is a stream in C++ and how many types of streams are available in C++? Do you have any idea about this stream? If you know, then please type it. Okay, sir, I don't have any idea. But if anyone is having idea, type it fast. If you have any idea, then please type it. What do you mean by stream in C++? What is a stream in C++, right? So, anyone? I'm waiting for your answer. No. 2 types of stream. Yes, 2 types of stream. Which are? Flow of data in output. Okay, let me show you. See, in any object-oriented programming language, like suppose this is a Java or C++, whatever, right? Java is an object-oriented. So, if suppose you want to print your output on any screen like console screen or browser, okay, you need to connect your Java application with this screen. Like this is what the console screen we have. Okay, so right now I'm focusing on this console screen. Later on I'll explain like what is exactly in stream in for a browser statement, right? So suppose we have a Java program. Please be focused on this, right? Suppose we have a Java program, okay, and I need to print output on console screen. So there is a mediator. You know, definition of stream is what? Sequence of data in binary format is called a stream. Again, I'm repeating. Okay, listen it very carefully if you want to answer in interview, right? Sequence of data in binary format is called a stream. Sequence of data in binary format is called a stream, right? So with this Java program and console screen, there is a mediator who actually transfer your data. Like suppose if I need to print hello on my output screen, so that hello will be transferred in the form of byte. Okay, that hello will be transferred in the form of byte. So there is a mediator between your Java program and your console screen. With this mediator, it is possible that you can print any data on your console screen or you get any data from console screen, right? So stream is what, this is what the stream we have, right? So there are, in Java we have 3 types of stream, but right now I'm explaining you only 2 types. Third I'll explain you when we'll come to the topic of exception handling, right? Exactly in Java we have an output stream we have an output stream. Second stream is called input stream. Okay, input stream and output stream, and third one is called error stream. Third stream is called error stream, right? So in Java, we have three types of stream: input stream, output stream, and error stream. So stream means what? Sequence of data in binary format. That is called an stream, right? So, you know, if I need to print this hello on console screen, we have to pass my data to this stream, so that it is a responsibility of the system to carry this data. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, and input stream is what? Input stream is responsible to read the data from console. Like if suppose I need to get any data from my console screen, then I have to use this input stream. But the $1 million of question is that, sir, who is this stream? Who is this stream? In Java, who works as an stream, right? So always remember, in Java, 90% tasks done by an object and classes. So this stream is actually object in Java. This output stream is exactly an object which is called an output stream. And you know which object is called an output stream? The responsibility of this object is to carry the data, right? That output stream is actually an out object which we used with system class. So exactly this out is what? It is an object, but it works for an stream for a programming. It treated as an stream. It is an output stream in Java. Similarly, we have an in object, right? Three types of objects are there. In we use for input stream. The day we read the data from console screen, we use this in object to read the data. The day we want to print the data in console screen, we have to use this out object. This out is an object connected with console screen to carry the data from Java application to console screen. This in is an object, but it treats as an input stream to read the data from console. And this ARR is again another object, ARR. Okay, ERR. This ERR is called an error stream that I'll explain later on when we'll come to the topic of exception handling. So please be focused on this output stream and input streams. Okay, so the object which available in system class is actually an output stream. So this object carry the data, and the responsibility to print this data is by print method. Print method, print the data. Okay, means we have, once I need to print my data, simply we can write system dot out dot print. Okay, and when in this print method, suppose if I want to print hello, so simply I can write hello. So out object is responsible to convert this hello into bit, carry this data, and print is a method. The responsibility of this print method is to print the data on console screen. So this out for me is an output stream. Actually, this is an output stream. It is an object, no doubt, but it actually works for an output stream in Java. So please be prepared for this type of interview question. They will ask you, okay, what do you mean by output stream? What do you mean by input stream? Who worked as an output stream in Java? Who works as an input stream in Java? Okay, why you write this system.out.println print statement? Okay, don't memorize it. Okay, we have to understand each and every concept. Like out is an object of print stream class. It is a static object available in system class. Print is a method belongs to print stream class. To call this print method, we required out object. Okay, so why we use the same out object which is available in system class? Now, I hope you understood, because there is a question comes in mind. Sir, to call this print method, it is possible that we create an object of print stream class? Because you know, if any method belongs to a class, so simply we can create an object like print stream PS. Okay, and then we'll call this ps.print method, but this is not work. Why it is not work? Why it will not work? Okay, because this PS is not a stream connected with console. I hope you understood. If you create an object of this class, because this is a very frequently question comes in mind. Sir, you say that print method belongs to print stream class. So we externally created object of this print stream class to call this print method. But you cannot do this. Why? Because you required the same out object which is available in system class. Because this out object is actually associated with console screen for carry the data. This is what exactly the scenario. This is what. So you have to use this out object only to print anything on console screen. In the same type of scenario we will see when we're talking about file handling concept and we're talking about browser. So if you want to carry any data from Java to any another screen, you have to use this stream. But these two streams are connected with console, out and in. Okay, so I hope now you have a clear clarity like why we use system.out.print statement, right? So now let me create my first program properly. So last lecture I explained like to create a class in Java, we have to use this class keyword and then class name, and we have to follow naming convention. Okay, see, tell me, if you have attended my last lecture, Java follows which naming convention? Which naming convention followed by Java? Type it fast. I use this first letter capital. The class name, first letter of the class name is in capital letter. There is a rule in Java because in Java every class name starts with first letter capital. This naming convention is called dash dash dash. Java follows which naming convention? Definitely that's someone answer me. Okay, Java follows camel convention. Okay, this is the camel convention, right? You have to follow camel case, right? It's a camel case, camel convention, right? So Java uses camel convention. So class name, the name of the class is always be first letter capital, right? So in this class now we have to write public, okay, public static void main. We have to write public static void main. Already we discussed all this concept like why public, why static, why. Okay, and then string args. Okay, just a moment. Class test and then string S capital because string in Java is a class. Okay, so you have to write string. Okay, and then args. Okay, so see, args is not a keyword. You can write your name because the argument type of this main is an array of string class. And just wait, I'll show you like how many ways we can write main in Java. Again, an important question of interview. How many different ways we can write main statement in Java? There are different format by which we use to write a main statement. No doubt this is the very common format like public static void main and then string args, but there are other way also to use main statement in Java, main method in Java. I'll show you, don't worry about this, right? So public static void main string args, right? And then here we have to write system dot out dot print. Okay, system.out.print to print this data on console screen, and this is what? Hello friend. Okay, hello world. Suppose a common program, hello world, right? And every statement of Java must be terminated with semicolon. Always remember, right? So this is what my first program. Okay, I have written the complete source code and then I need to compile this. Already I explained to you like what is the sequence. Okay, but don't worry. Last half an hour, I'll show you each and every concept practically, like how to install Java, how to write your first program in Notepad, how to set class path in Java. That all concept I'll show you practically, right? But why system, why out, why print? Now you have a clarity, right? So once I compile this program, if any error in this code, definitely your program will show a syntax error. But see, there is no error right now. So definitely this program converted into bytecode. And once this program converted into a bytecode with this command javac, we need to compile this program with javac command. I'll show you practically, don't worry, but already we had a discussion in last video, right? So after compile and run this program, this is suppose my output screen, right? So once I'll see output of this program, okay, please be focused right now. Okay, let me show you output of this program. Okay, so suppose this is the output screen we have. Okay, console screen. So in this console screen, I'll get my output hello world, right? Now suppose if I need to write anything again in next line, like suppose welcome. Okay, so again I'll use the same statement like, okay, system dot out dot print. Again, system dot out dot print, and suppose my next statement is suppose welcome. Okay, but you know, if you write this statement separately, because this is my second statement, so don't consider your output is in next line. You will get your output once you compile and run this program. You will get your output something like this: hello world, please try to understand this. Hello world, and just after hello world, you will get welcome. Just after this hello world, okay, your output is hello world. Okay, and just after this hello world, you will get welcome. This is what exactly the output display on your console screen, right? But sir, we use two different print statements, then why output is display on a single line? Because see, your program will always do what you instructed. You have not write any instruction here in this program which indicates that you want to print this welcome in next line. So that's the reason your program will print both these two statements in a single line, because it finds the space just after hello world. So it prints welcome in the same line only. This is what exactly the concept you need to understand, like what is the difference between print and println method. We have two methods to print data on console screen. One is print, second is println, right? So what is the difference between this print and println method? Okay, again an important question of interview. We have two methods. If we use this print method to print data on console screen, right? This print method print the data. Please listen it very carefully. This print method print your data and put cursor on same line. Put cursor on same line. Okay, like this. Suppose this statement print your data, well, hello world, right? So your cursor exists on same line, and that's the reason the next statement print the data from the same line only. Welcome. That is what the behavior of this print method. Print method print the data and put the cursor on same line. Okay, so this is what the reason. After hello world, you will get your welcome in same line. But sir, I want to print this welcome on next line. See this one. Now there is another method, println. The behavior of this print method is what? First, it prints the data on the line where cursor is there. Okay, where the current cursor is there, it prints the data on that line, and then after print, it move the cursor on next line. Don't get confused like println statement will print the data on next line. Nope. Println method print the data and then move the cursor in next line. Okay, so suppose I need to print welcome in next line. Which statement I need to write println? First one or second one? Type it fast. If I want to print, see the difference between these two methods is what? Print method print the data and put the cursor in same line. Println method print the data and then move the cursor in next line. So if I want to print my welcome statement in next line, so I'll go println method with first statement or second statement. Type it fast, type it fast. First or second, answer your, okay, means answer your thought. First or second. I need to write println statement in first line or I need to write println statement in second line. Any answer from your side? Type it fast, type it fast. Okay, so here we have to use println method on first line, right? Because you know, if I use println method in second line, this print method put the cursor on same position. Right, so this print method will always print the data on same line. If you want to print your welcome in second line, you have to write something like this, system.out.println. Now let me change this, system.out.println, system.out.println welcome. Okay, so this statement first print, hello world, system.out.println hello world. Okay, so this statement print my data on first line, okay, on this line hello world, and then it move cursor on next line. Okay, so in next line, suppose if I write system.out.print, system.out.print welcome. In next line, suppose if I use a statement system.out.print welcome. So see this statement now. First statement print hello world on the line where cursor is there. Okay, so cursor is on first line, so this hello world you will get on first line. Then after your cursor moves to second line. Okay, so the next statement will print welcome in second line. See this one, hello world and welcome in second line. So I hope now you get a clarity. Okay, now suppose this second statement is a print statement, and if I'll write system.out.println, suppose welcome data flare. So anyone tell me this data flare will print in this line or in next line? But means after welcome or in next line? Type it fast. What is the output of this program? Like hello world in first line, because we have a println method. Then after we have a print method, so welcome is in second line. Okay, then after this data flare is in continuation of welcome in second line, or it is in third line? It is in second line or third line? This data flare will print just after welcome only, right? You will get your output something like this, data flare. Okay, hello world, welcome data flare. Now why it is? Because this print method will put this, after print this welcome, this print method put the cursor in same line. Okay, so this statement, find the cursor is in this line, so it prints data flare. Okay, and then after your cursor move to the next line. So always remember, if you want to move your cursor in next line after print, there we have to use println method. So println doesn't means like your output will print on next line. It moves the cursor in next line after print statement. So that is the main important concept you need to understand, right? So I hope now you have a clear clarity about this println and print method. Println method print the data and move the cursor in next line. Print method will print the data and put the cursor in the same line. That is what the difference between these two statements. Okay, so now suppose, okay, I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. Only with the use of print and println method, you have to print this output. Okay, but see, there is a one condition. There is one condition. For every star, you have to use one print statement. It may be print or it may be println. But for every star, you have to use one print statement. Okay, this is what the assignment for you. Okay, do it in 3 to 4 minutes. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes. I want this output, 1 star, okay, sorry, 1 star, sorry, then 2 star, then 3 star, okay, and then 4 star. But see, again, I'm telling you, don't use any slash n concept here. One print statement will print 1 star. Means if you want to print this 2 star, you have to write 2 separate print or println statement. So now you decide whether for which star you go for print and for which star you go for println method. No doubt it's a very lengthy program. Okay, because number of print methods are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there are 10 print or println statement required in this program. But this time my motto is to explain you the difference between print and println statement. Okay, so write this code fastly. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes for that. Write it. Anyone? Anyone did this? Like how to print this statement, star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, with only use of print and println statement. So it's a very simple. If you want to print this program with only use of print and println statement, see this one. No doubt I told you it's a very complicated logic, but you know, this time we have to understand like what exactly the meaning of print and println method. Like, so we have public static void main. Okay, public static void main is string. Okay, string args. Okay, let me show you. Public static void main is string args. String args. Okay, and then after we need to write here first statement system. Okay, see this one. There are total 10 print methods are there. System.out.println star, because I need to put my cursor in next line. After this print statement, I need to put my cursor in next line, because see this one, first star, and then I need to put my cursor in next line. Okay, then in next line we have to write system. Okay, system dot out dot print method for first star. Then again system dot out dot println method to print this star, right? So now you will get this output, like on first line you will get a star, then cursor move to the next line, then in next line, okay, then in next line we have this star, and on the same line we'll get this star, and then after your cursor will move to the next line, say this one. Okay, and then similar way you have to write the remaining code. So that you have to understand, like total 10 print or println statement is required. But I hope with this you understood, like first statement print the star and move the cursor in second line. This statement will print the star in second line but put the cursor in same line. This third statement print the star here but now put the cursor in next line. And then we have to write print and println. 3 print statement. First one is print star, second one is print star, third one is println. So after this print your cursor again move to the next line. So I hope now you have a clarity about print and println statement. Like why we use print statement, what is the need of println statement. Okay, so I hope you have a clarity about this. Okay, so this is what the very important concept you need to understand, like what exactly the meaning of this system.out statement. What is system, what is out, what do you mean by print statement, what do you mean by println statement. Okay, so I hope now you understood all this, right? So now let me show you the another concept, most important concept, right? You know, in Java we have some special characters. We have some special characters in Java, right? These special characters are also called escape sequence. These special characters are also called escape sequence. Okay, you can say that escape sequence or you can say that special character. Okay, what does it means, like special character or escape sequence, right? So you know, if I need to print anything from in console screen, okay, suppose if I need to print hello world or anything, right, then we have to use this statement like system dot out dot print, okay, or print or println, like suppose anything like hello. So this statement will print as it is on your console screen, right? Like hello will print as it is, because this is what the responsibility of this println method, to print this data on console screen. Right, it will not make any changes in this word, because the actual task is that you have to print this statement as it is, right? Because these are the normal character, you know, these are the normal character like HELLO, these are called normal character. Okay, so it will print as it is. But there are some characters in Java which is called special character. This type of already means, if you have any prior knowledge of C or C++, then this type of special characters are also available in C, C++ and even in Python also, right? So there are some characters which is called special characters in Java, right? So which are special character? Okay, which special character we are talking about? And these special characters are also called escape sequence. Now, why it is called a special character? Most important question is that, sir, why it is called a special character, right? Because once I use this special character with this print method, print or println, now consider if I use print word, then it will be applicable for both print and println, right? When I use this special character, which I am going to explain you, once you use this special character with print statement, then it will not print as it is. There is some specific meaning of this special character. Okay, like suppose if I need to print my output something like this, hello, and in next line I need to print friend, and then again in next line I need to print data flare. Suppose this is what the output I want. So sir, you have to write 3 println statement. Definitely 3 println statement is one of the option, like hello on with front 1 println statement. But if I need to print this output with single print line only, okay, so there is a special character or escape sequence called /n. /n. This /n in Java is called new line character. This /n in Java is called new line character. So once we use this /n, that means your data will print on next line. So this /n is what? It's a special character. Once we use this /n in print statement or println, it consider this /n as a special character. So it will not print this /n as it is. The meaning of this /n means new line. So it prints new line. New line means next line, right? So how to use this /n? So simply you have to write system dot out dot print or println anything. Okay, then if you want to print this hello friend data flare, then simply you have to write hello then /n friend and then /n data flare. So output of this program is now hello on first line, friend on second line, and data flare in on third line. This is what the output now you will get. Okay, so /n in Java is called new line character, and it is called escape sequence in Java. It is called special character in Java. The meaning of this /n means new line. And if you have any background of C and C++, then we already have this one in C and C++ only. But you know, from day one, I told you that for me, you are a fresher. For me, I don't consider you as a C or C++ because you know, in this course, there is no prerequisition of C and C++. So for me, you are like your first language is Java for me, right? That's what exactly I'm trying to tell you, right? So that's the reason if you have a background of C and C++, then definitely somewhere you will get this advantage, like because this type of special characters are there. But see, again, I'm telling you, I don't know whether you have a background of C and C++ or not. And you know, even in last video, 3 to 4 times I told you that share this course with your friend, then only it is possible for me, because you know, for this live session we need to do lot of efforts. My team will do lot of efforts. So if you want me to continue this course, this is your responsibility, that share this course with your friend, then only it is possible from me to continue this session from next class. Otherwise it won't be possible for me, at least unless we don't have at least 10 to 12,000 crowd, okay, in live session, then only this efforts will be required. This efforts will be useful, right? Otherwise, no, it's a completely useless efforts. Okay, if you like this course, if you love this course, then please share this course with your friend. Okay, so if you want me, again I'm telling you, if you want me to continue this course live, okay, then you have to share this course. And not more than that, only 10 friends. Share this course with your 10 friends only. Okay, this is not a big task. You can easily share this course with your 10 friends. Okay, so I hope you understood like what exactly I am trying to tell you about this /n. Now back to the topic. Okay, so /n is what? It's a new line character. And there are some more special characters are there, which is an escape sequence. Okay, so firstly, I hope you understood. So now let me show you all the special character. First one is the /n, which is called new line character. Okay, second character is a /t, and you know, always remember it's a backslash. It's a backslash. Okay, there are 2 types of slash in your keyboard, backslash and front slash. So don't use front slash n here, otherwise it will print as it is. If you write something like this, front slash n, so you will get your output hello front slash n friend. This front slash n is not any special character. A special character is a backslash n. Special character is a backslash n. Okay, all special character is actually use backslash, right? So this /n is called new line character. /t is called space character. It is a space character. Okay, slash t is called space character. Okay, what is the use of this slash t? Suppose if you want to print output something like this. Okay, like suppose ID. Suppose you are creating a table. So in this table you want ID, and then after some space name, and then after some space course. Okay, this is what output I want. ID, then space name, then space course. Okay, so to print such type of an statement, we have to use this space in between this thing. One way, either you go with the keyboard spaces, but better to use this keyboard as for space. Okay, simply you have to write system dot out dot print or println, whatever. Okay, ID slash t is actually called tab character. You know, if you press tab character in Notepad, try to press tab. There is a tab button in your keyboard. Open your Notepad and try to press this tab button. So once you press this tab button, it will provide you a space of 8 character, right? So the same task done by this slash t character. If I use slash t between anywhere in my print or println statement, then I'll get space of 8 character, right? So ID slash t name slash t course will give me this result. ID, it prints as it is, then slash t means space. Okay, then name, it prints as it is, then slash t means space, and then course, it prints as it is. So if you want to print your result in this way, like ID, then space, then name, then space, then course, slash t is another special character. So I hope you understood. Like slash n is a new line character, slash t is a special character. Now suppose, my question is that, now suppose if I want to print my output something like this, like suppose I need to print my name. Okay, but I want double quotes in my name in output screen. I want double quotes in my name. I need to print my name, but this one, double quotes, Vivek, double quotes. Sir, it's very simple. You can simply write system dot out, okay, dot print or println anything, okay, double quotes, then double quotes, Vivek, then double quotes, because see, syntax says that you have to use double quote to print anything. Like suppose if you want to print your data, okay, so to print your data, if your data is a type of string, right, we have to use double quotes to print any string on console screen, right? So this double quotes is a syntax. So once I use this double quote, see this one, if I use something like this, double quote, Vivek, double quote, so this double quote will not get an output screen. This is a syntax we need to follow to print any string. But if I want double quote in my output screen, so sir, use this one double quote inside this, double quote, Vivek, double quote, okay. If you use this statement, this is an error. Why it is an error? Because as per the rule, you have to use this double quotes only one time. And here I use this double quote twice. So your program said that it's a syntax error. So sir, how I'll get this double quote on my output screen, right? So here we have to use another special character, which is slash double quote, right? So slash double quote actually we use to print double quote on my output screen. So if you want to print double quote in your output screen, then you have to write this statement something like this. Okay, if you want to print double quote, your name with double quote, then you have to write system.out.print or println double quote slash double quote Vivek slash double quote. Okay, then you will get your output something like this, double quote Vivek double quote. So if you want to print double quote in your output screen, there is a special character called slash double quote. So I hope you understood the use of all this special character, like slash n we use for single line, slash n we use to print the data on next line, it's a new line character, slash t is called space character or tab character, okay, it is also called tab character, right? Then slash double quote is called double quote character, and then again we have a slash single quote. If I need to print single quote in my output screen, right, so that we have to go with this single quote character, right? So here we have to write, instead of this double quotes, if I use slash single quote, double quote slash single quote, then slash single quote, double quote, okay, so I'll get my output something like this, single quote Vivek, single quote. So this is what the syntax you need to follow once you print your statements on console screen. Okay, /n for new line, /t is for tab, /double quotes is to print double quotes on output screen, /single quote we need to use to print single quote on output screen, right? Now suppose if in interview, if they will ask you, okay, print the following program, okay, I need this output, /n. I need to print /n on my console screen. I need to print /n on my console screen. How I print it? Sorry, it's very simple. Simply you can write system.out.print. Okay, system.out.println /n. That's it. So this /n will print? No, boss. This /n will not print. You will get the next line. Okay, sir, in next line we need to print /n. Again you will get next line. So sir, how to print this /n or any special character in output screen? Because you know this all special character is having a specific meaning. But in interview they will ask you, okay, print all this special character. I want in output, I want /n. So once I use this /n, I'll get next line, not this output. Okay, this statement will give me next line. It will not print this /n as it is on console screen. Just I explained you. I hope you understood like what I'm trying to explain you, right? Because you know this type of question are very frequently asked in topmost MNCs. Like, okay, so you have to be focused on this small concept. Already we discussed so many concepts in previous session. Almost this is our fifth or sixth session, right? So if you want to print this /n on your output screen, there is another special character we have in Java. Okay, and that special character is only. So this / actually we use to print any special characters as it is on console screen. So if I want to print this special character /n on console screen or /t, then we have to write this statement something like this: system.out.print or println, anything like system.out.print /n. So once I use /n, my output is /n. My output is /n, right? If I want to print if I want to print /t, then we have to write /t. So my output is /t. So if I need to print all this special character as it is on console screen, then there is another special character which is only /, and there are some more characters are there, but right now I'm not going to explain you that. I'll explain you later on. Okay, don't worry. But there are some characters are there. Okay, /r, which is called carriage return. Okay, /r is there. /b is there, backspace, if you want to remove any backspace character, but these are not very much useful right now. But I hope you understood like what is escape sequence in Java. Escape sequence means a special character. Why it is called a special character? Because this character will not print as it is on console screen. Like if I use h in double quote, this h will print as it is. If I use v, that v will print as it is. But when I use /n, this /n will not print as it is. It is having a specific meaning. /n means new line character. /t means tab character. /double quote, if you want to print double quote in your output screen, then we have to use /double quote. If you want to print single quote in output screen, then we have to use /single quote. Or if all this character you want to print as it is, then we have to use / only. So now there is an assignment you have to complete again in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, because you know, now after every topic I'll give you a small assignment. Okay, no doubt these are the very small assignment right now. Later on as we'll move to the topic, then assignment will increase also, right? Now suppose if I need to print this output. Okay, try to print this output. Like suppose with the single print statement, like suppose star, then star, then star, then star, and then star. Okay, and this star I want in double quotes. And you know this means space of 8 character. Here this means this line means space of 8 character. Consider this line space of 8 character. This star you have to print in double quotes. Consider this line as a space of 8 character. Print this output fastly. Okay, you have 3 to 4 minutes to print this output. write a program to print the following output, space star, then in next line star space star in double quotes, and each and everything you have to use only single print statement or println. Only with the use of single print or println statement you have to print this complete output. Do it fast, okay? And then I'll complete one more important topic and then we'll shift to the practical session. Okay, so then I'll show you like how to install Java, how to set class path. Okay, so do it fast. Okay, so if I need to print this output, let me show you the code, how to print this output. Okay, so firstly we need to print space and then, okay, so let me minimize this output so that you will have a space. Okay, so suppose if I want to print this output, okay, so first you have to write a class. Okay, so class, in the class name, okay, so my class name is suppose test. Okay, so in this class now we have public static void main, okay, public static void main, and then string args, which is a common syntax for every program of Java now. Okay, so now see this one. First we have to use only single print statement, right? So system dot out dot print or println, anything, right? Print or println, right? I'll show you, like we have in Java now we have 3 types of code. After Java 17 version, we have single quote, double quote and triple quote also. So I'll explain you about this triple quote concept also later on. See this one. So now we have to use, first I need to print space /t, then star, okay. Then I need to print my next output in next line. So /n, then star, then space /t, then double quote /double quote, then star, then /double quote, then space /t, then star, then next line /n. You have to continue this on same line, okay. Don't put it on next line. Let me do the same code in same line, okay. Then next one is next line /n. Then sorry, okay, let me check first. /t space star, then /n means next line star, then /t means space star, before star double quotes, then /t star, then next line /n, then space /t, and then star. This is what exactly the code you need to write to print this statement. This is what code you need to write to print this statement, right? So, okay, please try to understand. This time my motto is to explain you the differences between this all escape sequences. Program is not that much important. Okay, so how to use this slash n statement, how to use slash t statement. Okay, then what is the use of slash double quote? Now I hope you have a clarity among all these special characters, all this escape sequence with this output. And don't worry, I'll show you this practical even, okay, when I install Java and do everything practically. Okay, so these are called special character or escape sequence in Java. So, initially we have to discuss some very important but small topics, like escape sequence is one of the important but small topic in Java, right? Like what is the use of system.out.print statement, that already we discussed. What is the use of public static void main, that already we discussed, right? Now, this is different types of concept. Like sometimes in interview they will ask you like how many type we write main statement in Java, what are the different syntaxes of main, right? So in Java we write main in different types of format. Okay, now let me show you one format. I'll show you later on, but this format. Okay, if you want to write main statement, so this is one way, like, okay, class is always required, class and class name. Okay, please try to understand this concept because it's a very interesting, like how many ways we write main statement in Java. Okay, so I'll explain this and then I'll come to your question and answer session, and then I'll answer all of the question. So if any question you have in your mind, type it in comment box and then I'll answer you after explaining you this topic, right? So in Java we write main statement in different way, like public static void main. First one, public static void main string args and then bracket, string args and then this bracket, right? Means it's a type of array. Okay, and again I'm telling you, it is not at all compulsory the name of this array is args. You can put your name. The syntax says that main required array of type string. Name of the array may be anything, args or Vivek or Rajesh or anything. Okay, the second syntax is that you can write class test again. First one is this, second one class test, and then public static void main, and then you can also write main string and then curly bracket and then args. Okay, curly bracket here and then args space after space. Okay, string space, sorry, string curly bracket space and then args. This is the second way to write main statement in Java. Third way, right? Third way. Okay, this is the second way. Now let me show you some more important concept. Like suppose if you want to write main statement, the third way is this, class test, okay, then public static void main and then string, please be focused on this. Okay, string, okay, public static void main string and then dot and args, dot and args. This is another way to write main in Java. No need to create array, right? First statement, if this main is, if you use this main, again this is the right syntax. If you use this main, again this is the right syntax, and if you use this main, again this is the right syntax. No doubt this one is called var concept, variable argument. But these are, and one more way is there, I'll explain you later on because this time is not, you are able to understand that one. Okay, so main string args, which is the common syntax. Then if you change this bracket from args to means prefix or suffix, both are allowed, right? String is bracket and then space args, valid statement. String triple dot args, again valid statement. So they are the different ways, like okay, I'll show you all this because if somewhere you will find main in this way, right? So don't get confused. Otherwise someone says, sorry, it's an error, you cannot allowed to write main in this way. Okay, but these are the different syntaxes to use main statement in Java. So this is again a very frequently interview question, like how many different ways to write main statement. So these are the different ways to write main statement. I hope you have a clarity. So what is escape sequence? I hope you understood. How many ways we can write main statement? I hope you understood. Okay, now let me show you another important topic, which is again we use very frequently. It is called comments in Java. Comments, like, okay, so again the same concept. If you have any background of any language, Then comment is a very common topic. Like in C we have a comment, in C++ we have a comment, in Python we use comment, in PHP, every language, if this language is a, if it is a language, so that language must have a comment. In HTML we have a comment, in JavaScript we have a comment, right? So what does it means? Like what is comment? Exactly, the question is that what is comment? If any one of you having any idea, define comments in a single line. What is comment according to you? If you have any background of C and C++, I'll wait your answer. Used to define a code. Not exactly. Not exactly. Code information, why you writing this code? Documenting the code, yes, something is correct. CS coding, documenting the code. Okay, definitely documenting the code. Okay, or see, Shashwat is also correct, like code information, why you writing this code, right? See, once you write any statement in your program, okay, this is what you have to follow this concept even in industry also. Even in industry, you have to follow this code. Like suppose, if you write any program, like what is a comment? So first let me define comment is what? Comment is the statements in Java which actually use to make a statement uncompiled. Means, you know, if I write any statement in my program for compiler, it is compulsory to compile this statement, right? But suppose I'm going to create a program for addition of two number. Means don't worry, I'm not going to write the code because still we need to learn so many things to write a program for addition of two number, like what is data type and everything. But sir, I need to mention like title for every program. So simply I'll write here addition program. Okay, this is what my title, addition program for addition. Okay. See, this is what an important thing you need to follow in industry, like program, everything you have to mention, like for what purpose you are going to write this program. So this is the program for addition. But for compiler, this is a statement which is compulsory need to compile. But this, for me, it is not a statement. I don't want to consider this statement as a part of my program. This is not a part of my program. I want to continue my program from here only, right? Class, test, and then public, static void main. So I don't want compiler to execute this statement. Okay. I don't want compiler to execute this statement, string args and everything. Okay. But since if you write this statement in your code, compiler will execute this statement and shows an error. So if you want to make this statement uncompiled statement, like I don't allow compiler to use this statement as a part of this program, so we simply comment this code. We simply comment this code, right? So in Java, we have two types of comment statement. Okay, in Java, there are two types of comment statement. This double slash is called single line comment. It is called single line comment. Okay, and this slash star and star slash is called multi-line comment. You have to use this double slash, okay, double slash or slash star and star slash. This is called multi-line comment. These are called multi-line comments, right? So in Java, we have two types of comment statements, single line comment and multi-line comments. Okay, so if you want your program will not consider it as a part of program, it is a title. So simply you can write double slash program for addition of two number, right? Now suppose if you write this statement, like suppose int a, okay, don't worry what is this int, I'll explain you at the time of data type, but for what purpose I use this statement, so I'll simply comment it, okay, variable, means for explaining like this statement I'll use for this purpose. Now suppose you have 10 lines in your code, okay, but you don't want to execute this 10 line right now. You don't want to compile this 10 line right now, okay, because there is a reason. It may be possible that this time you don't want to execute this 10 line due to any reason, right? So now you want to comment all this 10 lines. So one way you have to write slash 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 in only all of this 10 line. Second way you can enclose all this line in slash star and star slash, right? Slash star front slash, okay, and then star slash, okay. So once I use this slash star and star slash, compiler will consider this as a commented code. And once compiler consider it as a commented code, that means it is not a part of execution now. Your program will not execute all this statement. So if you want to make multi-line comment in your program, you have to use slash star and star slash concept. If I want to use single line comment in your program, then we have to use double slash concept. So always make this practice. Okay, always make this practice. Like suppose if I'm going to write any program, then put it comment like for what purpose you are using this statement. Like suppose, for example, suppose in future when I use while loop, okay, so while I less than or equal to 10, okay, and then this. So for what purpose I use this loop, I'll simply comment it, right? So if any new programmer will check your program, and if there is a comment, so for that new programmer, it will be very easy to understand this code. Got my concept? So this is again the part of convention, that means the rule of a coding. In industry, there is a rule. You have to write, because you know why there is a rule in this type of rule in industry. Suppose you got a job in any company, like suppose in TCS you got a job and then they assign you in a project. You know, in company, project is not a coding of 10 days or 15 days. Project is an year, like one project is completed in 3 to 4 year, 5 year. It's a long time to complete this project. And now you assign as a programmer or as a software engineer in that particular project. And now suppose you start programming. Okay, then after 4 months you started programming. Okay, then you write 10% code, and then after 10% code, once you are starting the coding of this project, okay, and then after 2 months you will get a job offer from some another company with double package or triple package. So will you stop? Will you continue this project? This project will require at least 5 years, right? So definitely not, right? You just leave this job, okay, you serve your notice period 2 months, 3 months, okay, then you leave this job, okay. But see, once you leave this job, this project will not stop. Company will hire anyone else. So that person will continue this project, right? So when the new person will check your source code, so it will be easy for that new person if you mention everything in comments. Like for what purpose you write this loop, for what purpose you write this statement, what. So that new person will read all this comment, documentation. This comment is a documentation, right? So that person will read all this comment, so that it will be easy for us, that person to get, okay, this loop is execute for this particular purpose. So that is the need of comments in program. I hope you understood. Like, okay, so there are two different ways to use comments. Like one is called single line comment and one is called multi-line comment. So what is the difference between single line and multi-line comment? I hope you have a clarity. Okay, so now suppose if you have any question in your mind, type it fast in comment box. I'll answer it. Okay, and then we'll start practical implementation. Okay, so then I'll show you like how to install Java in your machine, how to set path of the Java. We discussed like in previous session, there are two ways to set class path in Java, single line. Okay, one is called temporary path and second is called permanent path. Okay, environment variable. So all this thing already I explained you in my previous session. If someone of you have not attended, then that session will be available. That session is available on YouTube. You can simply go ahead with that. Okay, so now I'll show you, and then we'll write our first Java program. So how to write first Java program, that I'll show you practically. Okay, so if you have any doubt, if you have any question in your mind, type in comment box. So let's start the practical implementation, how to install Java. Okay, theoretically I explain all the concept to you, like how to install Java. Okay, theoretically we discussed like first you have to download Java setup and then you need to install this Java setup. Okay, so now let's do it practically. Okay, it will not take much time. Okay, so first you have to open your Chrome. Okay, like Google Chrome or any browser if you want. Okay, and then simply you have to open your Google. Okay, so Google, and then in Google you have to simply type download JDK, right? So once you press this download JDK, then this is what the official website, like Java Oracle India, right? So you know Java is a product of Oracle. Initially Java was a product of Sun Microsystem. Already I have explained you all this concept. Okay, but later on Java is like Oracle purchased Sun Microsystem. So now Java is a product of Oracle Corporation, right? So this is what, and see, once you open this official website, then there is a lot of option, like, okay, so we have to go with this LTE version, right? Long-term support, LTS version, right? So JDK 21 is my preferable right now rather than JDK 24. Okay, no doubt the current version is JDK 24, but LTS supported version is JDK 21, right? Long-term support. So that's the reason I'll go with this JDK 21. So once I press this JDK 21, okay, then you will find multiple options, like you need to install this JDK for Linux, for Mac OS, or for Windows. Like now another the question comes in mind, sir, although I explained you this concept in my last session also, see, this is what the confusion comes in mind, sir. Earlier you say that Java is a platform independent language, then why the setups are different for different operating system? Java is a platform independent, but JVM is not. So you have to install JVM as per operating system. That already I explained you this concept, right? So JVM is not platform independent. Java is a platform independent, right? So if you want to install Java for Windows, then you have to select this Windows option. Okay, and later on I'll explain you like for Mac OS and for Linux how to install Java. I'll explain you in upcoming session. And see, once you select this Windows option, there are a lot of Java setups are available, right? Compressed RQ version, then installer version, then x64 MSI installer. You have to select this third one, MSI installer, right? It's a Microsoft installer. Okay, so then you have to click on this link, and once you click on this link, okay, the setup starts downloads. Okay, so it takes hardly 3 to 4 minutes, depends on internet speed of your machine. Okay, and see this one, now you will find this download in your downloaded folder. So simply you can cut it from here, okay, and paste it in any specific folder, okay, where your setups are there. You have to paste this complete setup in your specific folder. So in my machine already have this setup in my D drive. There is a folder called setup, and simply I'll paste it here. Okay, so JDK 21 Windows. Okay, this is what I installed. I downloaded Java setup, and now simply you have to right click on this, or you can directly double click on this, and there is an option called install, right? So simply you have to click on this install. Okay, so now your Java installation is start. Okay, so you have to click on this next button. Okay, if you want to change the folder, then you have to go with this change option, but my suggestion, don't make any changes, because once you install Java in your machine, there will be a folder automatically created in your machine which is called Java folder. It is in program files. Okay, so let me use the same C program file Java JDK path. Okay, and then next, so it takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes to install this complete setup. Okay, so now let's wait and click on this yes option, and see, again it will not take much time. Okay, so see this one, now this Java installed in my machine. Now there is another option, like suppose if you want to install some APIs, if you want to install Java tutorials, then you have to use this next step, right? But right now I'm not going to use this because I don't require any API or any tutorial of Java. So I'll simply click on this close. So once I close this, okay, now Java installed in my machine. Okay, and once Java installed in your machine, check this C drive program files folder. Okay, in this program files folder, you will find a folder called Java, and in this Java folder, there is a folder called JDK 21, and in this JDK 21, there is a folder called bin, and in this bin folder, all the required tools are there. See this one. All the required tools are available in this bin folder. So this is how to install Java in your machine. Okay, it's a very simple step. I hope you understood. First, you have to download the Java setup. Okay, and simply you have to right click install and Java installed in your machine. But after this installation, if you want to check the version, like of which version Java installed in your machine, simply you have to open your command prompt. Okay, and in this command prompt, okay, let me create. In this command prompt, simply we can write Java, okay, Java space hyphen version. Okay, so Java space hyphen version, right? So it will show you like which version of Java is installed in your machine. It's a 21.0.7, which is LTS version, long-term support, right? So this Java installed in my machine, but you know, to compile the Java program, we have to use Java C command. But once I use this Java C command right now, okay, see this one. Okay, actually the path is already set. That's for the reason. Otherwise, it shows me an error, right? It shows me an error. Okay, like Java C is not recognized internal or external command. If you find this type of error, Java C is not recognized internal or external command, that means the Java path is not set in your machine, right? So how to set Java path? Okay, to set the Java path permanently, you have to go this bin folder. Okay, you have to go to this bin folder. Okay, like C drive, program files. Okay, and then Java. Actually, we need to set environment variable path so that this command we can access from anywhere, right? And simply copy the path up to this bin folder. Okay, C program file Java JDK bin, and then simply right click on this my computer icon. Okay, so actually there are multiple ways to open this environment variable. You can directly go to this setting, and in this setting there is an environment variable. But see this one, right click on this and properties are there. Okay, and see this one, settings option is open now, and at right side you will find an option advanced system settings. In this advanced system setting, there is an option called environment variable, right? And now we have to set the environment variable path for this Java. And now here we have a two type of paths: user variable for data, user variable and system variable. So again there is an important question, sir, what is the difference between this user variable and system variable? See, suppose if you are in network environment and Java is installed in some else machine, okay, and you want to use this Java in your machine, it is a network environment, right? Like in industry, suppose Java installed in some X machine and user want to use this Java in some Y machine, and that person not want to install Java in their machine. There is a network environment. So if you want to set network environment variable path, then you have to go with this user variable, right? So for that you have to select this path for network, okay, path, then click on this edit option, and here you will get this option new. Okay, and simply paste this path which you copied, C program file Java JDK 21 bin, and click on this OK button. Okay, but if your machine is a standalone machine, there is no network environment there, it's a standalone machine. 99% cases that we have a standalone machine, there is no network environment, then instead of this user variable, you have to go with this system variables. So in this system variable, there is an option called path. Okay, so simply you have to select this path, click on this edit button. Okay, so there is a option here you will get. Okay, and in this option, simply you have to go to this new and paste it here. Whatever the path we selected, copy it, that you have to paste it here, and then click on OK, OK, and OK, so that your permanent path has been setted now on your machine, right? So once you set this path, okay, now in command prompt you can simply type your Java C command or Java command. Okay, see this one, there is no error right now, Java C or Java command. Now everything is perfect. Now let me create my first Java program. Okay, so you know, I told you even in my last video, if you want to write your first or any program, first you need to create one folder in any drive, whether it is in C drive or D drive or F drive. So let me create in D drive my folder. Okay, so my folder name is Java 2025. This is what the folder name, Java 2025. Okay, and I'm going to save all my program in this Java 2025 folder. Okay, so at the end, this is a collection of at least 300 to 400 program, right? So Java 2025 is my folder name. Now I need to open my Notepad, because right now we don't have any VS Code, we don't have any NetBeans or any Eclipse, any editor. Okay, so Notepad is a universal editor. You can use Notepad. Okay, so simply you have to open your Notepad. Okay, and then write your first Java program. Let me change some font size. Okay, So in this notepad, first you have to save this program, right? So what we discussed in last video, your program always be saved the same name what you provide the class name in which main method is there, right? So let me write my class first, class. Okay, let me make some font visibility more. So it's a 24. Now it's better, right? Class, and class name is test. And in this class test, now we need to write public, okay, static, void main, and in this void main is string. I'll write every format like what we discussed, like how many ways we can write main method in Java. But let me show you first program, and then system.out.println, and it's a simple hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, so now you need to save this program first in that same folder which we created. Okay, and the program name is the same, test. Why the class name and program name is same? I already discussed you in last video. Okay, so you have to save this program with the same name. Okay, so save as or save, anything you can choose. Okay, and select the folder which is in D drive in my machine. Okay, D drive Java 2025, and simply you can write test.java. Don't forget to add the extension .java. Otherwise, defaultly it consider the extension .txt, because the default extension of Notepad is .txt, but for Java source code compulsory we need to put .java extension, right? So test.java. So this program is now safe, and now I need to compile this program and I need to run this program. So for that, again I need to open my command prompt. Okay, so let me open my command prompt again, and we need to move to the folder which is in D drive. Okay, so D drive, and in D drive simply you have to write cd Java 2025. cd is a command to change the directory, and see this one. Now we are in the folder called Java 2025 where we saved this program, right? And simply you have to write nc. Right now, if you write this command dir means it's a directory command. Like in here, if you want to check how many files and directories are there in this Java 2025 folder, simply you can write this command dir and press enter button. So it will show you, like right now we have only one file, test.java, because we have not yet compiled this program. So .class file not yet created, right? So now let me compile this. So simply we need to write javac test.java. And if any error in your program, it shows me error at the same time. But if there is no error, don't expect any successful message, right? See this one, it will put you on the same folder again. And now write the same command again, dir, and check. Now you have two files, test.java and test.class. Even the same thing you can check in your Windows environment also. Okay, like in this D drive, the folder we have. Okay, in D drive Java 2025, and see there are two folders. So test.java, which contains my source code, and test.class, which contains my bytecode. So right now we have just compiled this program. Okay, and see this one. Once you compile this program, now I need to run this. So Java test. So once I use Java test, okay, so it will show me output. Once I press enter button, and see this one, hello world is what the output I have. So how to install Java, how to write the Java program in Notepad, how to compile it, how to run it. I hope now you have a clarity about all this concept. Okay, now let me show you the most important thing. Like suppose, the least important thing first. Suppose if any error, so intentionally now I mentioned some error in this code. Okay, so now suppose if I forget to use this double quote. Suppose, and okay, so if you make any changes in your program, you have to save it and again back to the command prompt and compile it again, because it is compulsory to rebuild your .class file, right? So if I make any changes, again I need to compile this. So see this fine. This time it will show me an error, unclose string literals, because every data is a literal. So you have to put this double quote. This type of error is called syntax error. Okay, and it occurs at compilation time only, right? So when I compile this program, okay, and if I don't want this error, so simply I'll change this and save it again back to the code, command prompt, compile it again. So again it generate a new .class file, and then we need to write Java test, so that you will get hello world in your output screen. I hope you understood. Okay, now let me show you the most important thing what we discussed in last video. Like let me create another program. Okay, test one, but that program will not having main method. So the question is that if your class don't have main method, your program is compiled or not? your program is compiled or not, right? So let me create another class. Okay, so class test1. Already we have this discussion. We had this discussion in last time. In this time, suppose my class consists a method called display method. The display method. Okay, this display method is having an output. Okay, like system dot anything, system dot out dot println. Okay, and then suppose hello, anything. But this class don't have main method. So the question is that, is this program is compiled or not? Right. Let me save this program in the same folder, test1.java. Okay, the name is again the same, test1.java. Okay, and now let me compile this program. So to compile this program, again I need to move in command prompt and let me compile this javac test1.java. What do you think? Is any error is occur? Because there is no main method in this code. No problem. If you compile this program, perfectly your program is compiled. Reason? I already explained you in last time. Main called by JVM, not by the compiler. The task of compiler is to check the syntaxes error only. If there is no syntax error in your program, compiler will compile this program successfully. So this time there is no syntax error. Everything is perfect. This class is having a method. Okay, because compiler doesn't bother about this thing whether your class is having main method or not. Because main executed by JVM, not by the compiler. Definitely now there is an error. Java test1. See this one. Now it is an error. Okay, see this one. Main method not found in class test1. This statement shows that main called by JVM, not by the compiler. And this is the very frequently asked question of interview. Very frequently. Like main, is any error is occur if your class don't have main method at the time of compilation? No. No error is occur. But definitely your program will show an error at runtime. Because this is the responsibility of a JVM to search main method and call this main method and execute your program. Always remember, if your class don't have main method, compilation time, no error, because the task of compiler is what? To check the syntax as error. Now I hope you have a clarity. So now let me write main method. Okay, so this one is public static. Okay, public static void main. Okay, now let me use this main string bracket and then args. Okay, we discussed like 3 different ways to write main method. So first one already we discussed. Second, string and then this means brackets and then space and then args, right? Okay, now let me save this program and compile it again and see this one. There is no compile time error, and when I run this program, I'll get hello. Third way to write the main statement, use instead of this bracket, simply you can write string space triple dot. Only use triple dot, which is called vararg, variable argument. I'll explain this topic when it comes to the means our roadmap. That time I'll explain you. String triple dot args, and no need to use args. You can write your own name. That doesn't matter, right? Even if I save this program and compile this, see this one, there is no error. Your program executed perfectly. So there are different ways to write main statement in Java. This shows that. But the standard syntax is what? Standard syntax is this one, right? Public static void main string args and this curly bracket. Sorry, this brackets. But sir, if I change this name, like instead of this args, if I write Vivek, let me run this code. No issues. This one. Compile and run it. No issues. So I hope you understood this is small concept. Okay, so now let me use the proper syntax. Okay, standard syntax, not a proper, standard syntax, right? And see this one. Now we have to use system dot out dot print. Okay, print hello world. Okay, and in second line I'll use the same statement. In second line, I'll use the same statement, Control C and Control V. Okay, print hello world, and in second line, simply I'll use data flare, right? So this program will print both this statement in same line because we use print statement, right? So once I compile this code, I'll compile it and see this one. You will get hello world and data flare. And if I need to print my data flare in next line, then I'll use this print as a println. So what is the use of println? Now I hope you understood, like hello world will print on first line, then your cursor will shift on second line, and then it prints data flare in second line. So let me run this code and say this one, Java C test1, Java test1. Now you will get this output, hello world, and in second line data flare. So I hope now you have a clear clarity between these two statements, print and println. What is the difference between this print and println method? Okay. And now let me show you the concept, like suppose whatever we discussed in classroom, let me show you the practical implementation of all this, like println and suppose slash n. Okay, like hello slash n friends, hello slash n friends. Okay, so this time your program will print, so this one, compile it and run it, hello and friend in two different line. I hope you understood. Okay, hello and friend in two different line, because there is an space, that's why one line space is there in second line. So this one, now when I compile it and run it, it will hello friend. So slash n means what? It's a new line character, right? Instead of this slash n, if I use slash t, right? So it will provide me space. See this one. So when I compile this and run this, hello space friends, type character. Okay, and if I use, instead of this slash t, let me write this Vivek. Okay, suppose my name is Dr. Vivek Uprit. Okay. So when I compile this program, see there is no double quote in my output screen. See this one, it's a Dr. Vivek Uprit only, but I want double quotes in my name. Okay, so if you want double quotes in your name, what is the special character we need to use? Slash double quote, okay, and then again slash double quote, so that you will get double quote on your output screen. See this one. So when I compile this and run this, now your name is in double quotes. If you directly use this or without this, okay, let me change this. Okay, if I directly use this double quote and double quote, okay, and now let me compile this and run this. See this one, it's a syntax error, because as per the rule you have to use double quotes only one time. In Python scenario is different. If someone of you having a Python background, then definitely there is a confusion, because in Python it allows. In double quote you can use single quote, in single quote you can use double quotes, because in Python everything is a string, not a character, but here there is a difference, right? So here if you want to print this statement, we have to use slash double quote, and instead of this slash double quote, even you can use slash single quote also, slash single quote. Okay, so now you will get single quote on your output screen, Java C test1.java, okay, and Java test. Okay, so okay, let me check why it is there. Okay, it's a test1 and I run test file, that's why the reason. Okay, because both files are in the same folder, Java C test1.java and then Java test1, right? So you will get single quote in your name. So I hope you have a clarity about all this concept, like what is slash n. And sir, if I want to print slash n as it is, slash n, so slash n will print as it is. See this one. Now your output is slash n. See this one. When I compile this and run this, now slash n in your output screen. So if you want to print any this special character as it is, okay, so you have to use this slash option, slash n, then slash n, only slash n, and then slash t. Then again slash n, then slash double quote. So now you will get three special character in three line, slash n at first line, slash t is second line, and slash double quote in third line. This slash will convert slash n to normal character. This slash n means next line. This slash t means slash t. Slash n means next line, and this slash star means slash star, right? So let me save this code and compile this code. Okay, there is an error. Let me check this. Slash n, slash n, and then slash n, slash t, and then slash n. Okay, use this one right now. Okay, now let me run this, compile this and see. Now you will get slash n and slash t. So I hope you understood like what exactly the use of these commands. Okay, and now let me use one more concept, like suppose simply I need to write title here. Okay, program for anything, like addition, program for addition. Suppose this is a program for addition, so simply right. But when I compile this code, it's an error, because your compiler will consider the first statement as a command. So if you don't want to consider this statement, we have to use comments code, right? So once I use double slash, that means it's a single line comment. Okay, so let me compile this code again. Okay, and let me run this code. And now it's execute perfectly. And now suppose if I use any statement here, okay, like suppose anything like, okay, this one, okay, anything, okay, this. Now suppose we have all this statement, no doubt it's not a command, okay, but sir, I don't want to consider this as a statement of my program. So slash star, which is a single line comment, okay, and then star slash. So all, slash star and star slash, which is a multi-line comment. So now this all statement will not consider as a part of a program. Okay, so now when I compile this, save it, and when I compile this, see this one, no error, your application executes successfully. So I hope now you have a clarity about all this statement what we discussed, like what is slash n, what is slash t, okay, what is the use of single line comment, what is the use of multi-line comment. Okay, see, I'll do all the efforts, but you have not supported me. That's why the reason it will be very difficult for me. Okay, let me clear to you, because to, just I told you, for this live session, we need to do lot of efforts. My team is do lot of efforts, practically, theoretically. Okay, we need to do lot of effort, but if crowd is not there, so it's a useless to continue this lecture, right? So see, I multiple time I requested you, like, please circulate this course with your friends if you want me to continue this course, but still I found this, there is no much crowd actually watch this video live. Okay, so it's quite impossible for me to continue this course. Okay, so if you really want me to continue this course, you have to share this course. Okay, so if crowd is there, then only I'll continue this one. But since I found there is no crowd available for this live session, so if someone of you, okay, so it may be possible that I'm not able to continue this course from my next session, because after this lot of efforts, if there is no crowd, I'll find. So no need to continue this, right? So if anyone want you to continue this course, you have to enroll with my course. Okay, so that's up to you. Like, okay, if you want to share this course with your friend and continue this live session, you go ahead with that, or else no choice for me, because I hope you understood, like, for me it takes a lot of effort to continue take this class 2 hours. Okay, lot of efforts are required, lot of energy I need to carry on with me, right? So, and then after, it really disappointment for me to watch this number of student, okay, in my live session. So sorry for that, but not possible for me to continue this one. But if you want to continue this series, okay, you can just enroll in my course, which is available in Tech with Mohan and Dataflare, and you can continue this course. Okay, so I hope you understood all this concept what we discussed. Okay, so till then, take care. I'll just stop right now. If you have any doubt, so you can ask me. Okay, so I'll stop this code now. Okay. See, there are a lot of questions are there. This program runs success, or if I comment the code, some lines of code, then comment lines are occupied the space of memory. Yes, definitely. If you write anything, then there will be a space occupied in a memory, right? So don't get confused, like space is there, but it will not take much space. But yes, if you write any code, then definitely there is a space, okay, space occupied in memory, right? So one question in MySQL database, image data type. Okay, if you have any doubt related with MySQL, so please ask me in MySQL course. Okay, this is the Java live session, so I'm not going to answer any question which is not related with this. Sir, will you teach the complete Java course? Yes, I want to teach this, but the problem is that you have not yet shared this course with your friend. For me, it's not possible to continue this course from this limited crowd. Okay, I started this actually journey for long-term association, but if you don't want me to continue this course, it is not my fault. Okay. Okay, Tanis, Tasin, thank you. So I hope there is no question. So I'll catch you in the next session. If next session will be there, definitely I'll catch you in the next section. But till then, take care. Tata, bye bye, good night.